What's up? So I woke up to this morning with a video sent to me about Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. And I didn't think it was real. So I'm going to watch this video on this news clip from CBS Morning just to see exactly what happened here. So let's get this started. Hold on.
Moment during an otherwise joyful Oscar ceremony last night when actor Will Smith jumped on the Oscar stage and slapped comedian Chris Rock in the face after a joke about his wife Jada Pinkett Smith.
Ooh.
Smith receipt, but
Excuse
he
me.
continued to shout at Rock. He was clearly very angry, dropping a couple of F-bombs in the process. A short time later, Smith won the Best Actor Oscar for the film King Richard, and he gave a very emotional speech in which he seemed to defend his actions, saying, quote, "Love makes you do crazy things." E.T.'s Kevin Frazier was on the red carpet for the Oscar ceremony. He joins us now to bring us up to date. Kevin?
Wait, okay. So before we get started here, one, something was said about Will Smith's wife that pissed him off enough to slap another man on live television in the face. So I'm just in defense right now before I watch this. In defense, if somebody talks shit about my wife on live television in front of millions to embarrass her enough that I would have to go slap another man, then I'd have to say it was justified. So let's see what exactly happened so we can figure out if it is justified or not.
You know, some people saw this in real time. Other people woke up to this news this morning. Whenever you saw it, it was just stunning. I'd love to know what they're saying in Los Angeles this morning. You've never seen anything like this.
Gail, you hit it on the head, because I have never seen anything like this at any award show before. And here's the thing, spirits were high throughout the evening until a joke from Chris Rock, as you mentioned, led Smith to walk onto the Dolby Theater stage and slap the comedian, all less than an hour before Smith would go on to win his very first Oscar.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it.
Actress Jada Pinkett Smith was visibly unamused when presenting.
Okay, clearly you can see that she is not happy about that comment, right? That's what I'm seeing here, right? Anybody else seeing that? Look at the look on her face. Disgusted, does not appreciate that comment. I don't even know what the whole G.I. Jane 2 thing was about, but this is, I can already tell it's going to be bad.
Chris Rock mocked her shaved head, unlike her husband Will Smith, who was laughing until he wasn't when he marched towards Rock on stage.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's why I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that again because watch this. This looks like it was almost staged.
On stage.
Oh, wow.
No response. Dedicated.
Will Smith just smacked out of me.
Everybody's still laughing like they think that this was a joke.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Rock, who seemed visibly shaken for a moment, went on presenting.
That was a greatest night in history of television. Okay. Okay.
The joke came at the expense of Pinkett Smith, who was previously spoken out about her decision to shave her head amid her struggle with alopecia, a disease that results in hair loss.
It was terrifying when it first started. You know, I was in the shop.
Okay, now this is a completely different scenario from where we started because she has a disease that is causing her to lose her hair, right? So either Chris Rock didn't know that or he had to have known that. But why would you make a joke about somebody that has a disease, for one? On live television.
And just handfuls of hair just in my hands.
And the Oscar goes to...
Later in the night, Smith won the Best Actor award for his portrayal of Serena and Venus Williams' father in King Richard.
I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams.
And he spoke about defending family.
Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people.
Smith apologized to the Academy and his fellow nominees while never mentioning Rock before ending his speech uncomfortably with humor.
Thank you. Hoping Academy invites me back. Thank you.
Now, that apology is likely why Smith was able to accept his award in person. We're told the Oscar staff was trying to decide whether to ask him to leave after the outburst. Now, the Academy tweeted that it does not condone violence of any form. The Los Angeles Police Department said they are aware of an incident at the event, but that Rock declined to file a police report, Gail.
I don't know about you, Kevin, but I woke up, I went to bed with such deep sadness. I woke up with deep sadness as well. We know Chris, we know Will, admire and like them both. And to see this happen between the two of them on the Oscar stage was very, very difficult. I also, listen, I haven't talked to Chris, I haven't talked to Will. I do not believe that Chris Rock knew that Jada has alopecia.
That right there is the question. Because if he knew and still made that joke, then Chris Rock is in the bad. That's 100%. If somebody didn't know that my wife had alopecia and then they made that joke about G.I. Jane, then it could have been a completely different scenario. But one, I don't think Will Smith should have got up and slapped the shit out of him, right? That definitely was a power move, and he did it out of anger and sadness for his wife, right? So it could have been taken either way. But this right here is just the number one reason why you do not talk about somebody else without whatever. But I know Chris Rock's a comedian. He's funny. He's a likable person. He probably didn't know anything about Will Smith's wife. So this whole scenario is kind of fucked up.
That it was a painful thing. He is not a malicious guy. He is not a snarky guy. He wouldn't make a joke like that to cause somebody pain, I believe.
Well, Gail, what's very interesting is you look at two of the biggest entertainers, two of the biggest African-American entertainers, and now this has stained both their careers. Meanwhile, Will afterwards went to the Vanity Fair party with his family, he celebrated. He celebrated his win and his Oscar.
There were questions today why Will wasn't immediately escorted out of the building. If a stranger had walked on the stage and hit Chris that way, that's why you have security. But I'm telling you, when I was watching it, Kevin, I thought it was a bit. I thought it was a joke between the two of them. It was only when he sat back down and Will started screaming at him in the way that he screamed that you realize it wasn't. And we were all cheering for Will. We were all wanting to, well, I'll say many people I knew were cheering for Will. I was cheering for Will. Wanted him to finally win that Oscar. Yes.
That was the sentiment on the red carpet, that everyone was cheering for Will. Diddy came by and he said, it is going to be a riot if Will doesn't win. We didn't know that there was going to be a riot beforehand.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
what do you
Sean
expect,
Combs
dude?
did.
I mean,
Say, we'll handle this
I think there's a lot more personal emotion there.
It can no longer be private because now it's on the Oscar stage and everybody's talking about it.
Yes.
It was a very tough night, very tough night. Thank you, Kevin. Hey, listen, I know you're going to be here a little bit later on because...
All right, I think that's it. I think that's it. So, yeah. So, justification, yes. Should it have happened that way? No. I don't think... But, I mean, this is all up to you guys. Like, let me know. Comment down below your thoughts on this because if it was my wife and you said that stuff in front of millions of people live on TV... then I'd have to defend my wife, like on live TV in front of millions of people because that would have went on Twitter, social media, whatever. I mean, it's still going to go on there, but I honestly do not think that's going to turn into a bad relationship between Chris Rock and Will Smith because I don't know, but the type of person that Chris Rock is, he'll reach out to Will Smith and say, hey man, I'm sorry. I didn't know about your wife having alopecia. I wouldn't have made those jokes. So maybe this all will resolve itself behind scenes, and we'll hear an apology from Chris Rock on Twitter or whatever. But as of right now, man, I think it was justified. I think now knowing about Will Smith's wife, I don't have any disagreement about what happened here, but I also think it could have been handled a different way. But that's my opinion. I'd love to hear your all's opinion on this, so just let me know. See y'all later.